Yo, how's it going, everyone? It is that time once again. We are back for the early Dokkan stream. Why is this not working? Well, this isn't good. Alright, well, we are live. I'm not sure why my capture card is not working. God. So the TEQ Androids details have been posted, and literally as I'm opening up the thing so we can read it, the comments are already like people complaining that they're not good enough. Blaze the Dragon, how's it going? I'm not really sure what to do with my... I don't know why this isn't working. The annoying thing about this is like the a lot of the time the only way to fix stuff like this is to close OBS, but like the only way to do that is to end the stream, which I don't obviously want to do once it's started. Why is it not working? Doing okay, just about to go to sleep. How you doing? Yeah, not too bad, although this is obviously being very annoying. I mean, I guess we can go through the EZA details. I'm not sure, like, why this isn't working, but... So it seems like we got 17 and 18 and Jiro and 19, which is interesting, because I thought the database update thing had a thing for, like, the physical 16 and 18. Yeah, Lucky Goat, how's it going? Popping in to support the stream. I appreciate you. How's everyone doing? Tala, how's it going? Or a point where if a unit doesn't have 70% damage reduction and guard, they're considered trash. Yeah. True. 19 and 20 are good. Okay, well, I guess we'll go through and take a look. I don't know what I'm going to do about the my capture card not working, but yeah, I'm just going to have to get the chat up on my phone so I can do the Twitter stuff like full screen. Alright, let's get that up on there. Alright, let's have a look at these then, shall we? Yeah, banner unit and the Dokkan Fest EZAing at the same time is something Dokkan needs to continue doing. That is very true. Alright. Hey guys, Marsinged here, bringing on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so today we have the details for the TEQ Dokkan Fest androids that should be getting their EZA tomorrow. Should be basically 24 hours after this news has dropped. It may be a couple of hours before. The time slot for some of the releases has varied between like 5 AM UK time and 8 AM. The news came out 8 AM, so basically within 24 hours we'll have this Extreme Z battle live in the game. So the details have just come out and I have not looked at them. We are here live on the stream. I'm going to go through the details here. As always, I like to do these without having read them first or anything, just so I can give my genuine like first impressions or like first thoughts. We also have, alongside these guys, now Proton had said a little while back that there were 2 spaces for like TUR EZAs in the files, and the most recent data download seemed to show an update for the physical 16 and 18. However, it seems like for the first time in quite a long time, because Dokkan has done this before but doesn't do it regularly, and honestly they should, to help out especially these more niche teams. But we're also getting an EZA for the 19 and Jiro, and they're the banner unit for the TEQ androids. Like, these guys came out at the same time. But this is what they should be doing more, right? An EZA like this, which helps out a niche team like the androids. Like, realistically, the team needed another like android unit to EZA as well to help out the team overall. So I think this is a really good idea, but again, haven't seen their details yet. Now I know we joke all the time that like the community likes to complain about everything, but like even before I jump in to start reading the details, so many replies on both of these like posts are already like saying that they're not good enough. So yeah, I guess we will just jump in and go through and find out. So yeah, we'll start off with the TEQ androids. So obviously their leader skill, Worldwide Chaos or Future Saga, goes up to key 3 and 180, so that's pretty good. Obviously, you know, we're very much in the like 220 meta now, where for the most of the endgame content you kind of just want to be using like 220s and 200% leads. But obviously for lesser teams, or like if you're missing certain leads, or you know, making teams for Battlefield and stuff like that, you know, The fact that it's updated to 180 is still pretty good. So their passive details: basic effect, attack and defense 200%, damage reduction 17%, and chance to dodge 18%. Randomly changes key spheres of a certain type, tech excluded to tech. Receives an additional 1 key per tech or rainbow key sphere obtained. And then guaranteed they just launch an additional super attack. That's pretty good. For every key sphere obtained, attack and defense 35%. For every tech key sphere obtained, attack 18%, defense 17%. So I'm assuming these must like obviously stack, because obviously the buff for tech orbs is lower. So that's not bad, because that's what, like 53? Yeah, 53% attack and 52% defense per tech key sphere, which is pretty good. 2 or more tech orbs or 1 rainbow orb obtained. Chance to crit, damage reduction, and dodge plus 35%. So that's good. That's what, like 52% damage reduction. And then like 53% chance to dodge, with some built-in crit chance as well. When attacking with 12 or more key, attack and defense 150%. When HP is 35% or less, they get even more damage reduction and dodge chance. And then when receiving a Ki Blast super attack, nullifies it when HP is 35% or more, or with 7 or more keys. Oh, okay. Interesting. So pre-EZA, they only had the nullification when HP was 35% or more. But now, if you get 7 or more key spheres, which shouldn't be too difficult with their orb changing, they will guaranteed nullify, so you don't have that risk, which is good. Androids, allies, attack and defense 15% for 2 turns. There's an extra bit with 8 or more key spheres obtained. That's interesting. So if you pick up, so only if you pick up 8 orbs and they get hit by a Ki Blast super, then they give androids, allies, attack and defense 15% for 2 turns. So that's weird, because it's like a cool little bonus, but obviously it's very situational, like, and especially on 16's team, where 16 ideally wants to be in slot 1. The chance, like, unless you've got a scouter active with like the new MVP 17 banner unit on the rotation or something, it'd be interesting, because they need to get hit by a Ki Blast super to give that support to the allies, which is interesting, and it is only a Ki Blast, but yeah, the fact that they can guaranteed nullify it and give some support. And so if you're on lower HP, they get the damage reduction and extra dodge chance, but if you pick up the 7 orbs, they'll still nullify Ki Blast super attacks. So it should be kind of interesting. They've got damage reduction. Obviously they don't have guard, but they've got a decent amount of damage reduction, and then you are getting a lot of stats per orb obtained. So I can see some turns for them where they could go like pretty crazy with the right amount of orbs. And you think about how much like crazy defense support 16 gives on his team, like their defense like post supering should be pretty crazy. And then their super attacks, non-stop violence, greatly raise attack and defense in 1 turn, immense damage, and seals super attacks. And bear in mind, as part of their kit, like they get a guaranteed additional super, so that's 2 greatly raises as well. So yeah, I think that's pretty good. Obviously they're just going to be very good on the Android 16 team, which is kind of the whole point of them being the main EZA for this part of the celebration. They definitely will be good for his team. They don't really, like, there will be situations, I guess, where they can slot 1, especially against Ki Blast super bosses, but obviously with the extra buff they get when attacking, and obviously the greatly raises on super, they're going to be very, very good as a slot 2 unit, which, you know, with 16 being the slot 1 unit for his team, that's kind of what he wants, is other better slot 2 units to go next to him on the rotation, right? So I think that's pretty good. I think they're decent. They're definitely not like game breaking, like, oh wow, this is like the new best EZA in the game, like after just reading their details for the first time. But I think they seem pretty good. Looking forward to testing them out. I think people, as usual with these kind of EZAs, I think people might be surprised of like just how good they could actually be, especially on turns where you pick up a lot of orbs with them. But yeah, I guess we'll see. And so then, yeah, we have the 19 and Giro. So these guys obviously were just an Android support. They can absorb Ki Blast Supers, so not just nullify, but they heal, which is quite interesting. So let's see what they did for these guys. So obviously they got an Android's leader skill for 130, which not really important for a banner unit. Attack and defense 250%. Android allies Ki 3 attack and defense 60%. When attacking with 12 or more Ki, they get an extra 190% attack and they disable the enemy's guard. When receiving an attack, they get 190% extra defense. Per Android's ally on the team, attack and defense 100% up to 390. Chance of performing a crit and damage reduction 10% up to 39%. So they're going to have, on the Android team, they're going to have 39% damage reduction, 39% chance to crit, an extra 390% defense. When HP is 39% or less, or if there's another Android ally attacking in the same turn, when HP is 69% or less, they foresee enemy supers. Okay, so they have a scouter on like the Android team. They have a scouter if you're at 69% or less HP. And then when receiving a Ki Blast Super, absorb it and recover 39% of the damage absorbed as HP. So, interesting thing for them then, I guess, is on the full Android setup, so they're going to have an extra 390% on top of the 250 that they start with, and the 60% support they give, because they give that to themselves as well. And then when they get hit, they get an extra 190% defense. Now, this is a mechanic that we've been seeing a lot of characters getting, and like people, I think, underestimate how good it can be, because it's not quite 200%, but it's almost there, right? 190%. That basically means that when this unit gets hit, like their defense, from what you saw, like when you just look at the team menu before the turn like properly starts, their defense basically like triples. So with this 250, this 60, and this like 390 from a full Androids team, I feel like their defense could actually be relatively high. And when they get hit, it goes up by a significant amount, and they've got 39% damage reduction. So again, against like Ki Blast super bosses, like these guys as a third slot floating support unit, because what's their super attack effect? Greatly raise attack and defense for one turn, does supreme damage to the enemy, recovers 15% HP. So they greatly raise on their super, so that means they get even more defense, and then if they get hit, like I say, that whole number is basically tripling. Their defense could actually be relatively good with 39% damage reduction. Obviously the problem is, again, like the TEQ androids, they don't have guard. So even with like 39% damage reduction, which is a fairly reasonable number, it's just not anything like super crazy. Like tough, hard-hitting physical bosses will obviously just tear them to shreds unless they are Ki Blast super bosses. Because that's the thing, right? Like these guys have always been good for that specific reason, that like there's no condition on this. And obviously they've made the androids have a potential way to have theirs be unconditional as well if you pick up enough orbs. So against Ki Blast super bosses, like these guys, it doesn't matter, I guess, if the boss is physical. They're not going to take damage from a Ki Blast super at all, and they're going to heal you. And then, yeah, someone in the chat was saying, like, when receiving an attack is crazy because it gives 190% to whatever their stat is saying, like, on the menu. So not only do these guys have the 250, the 60, the 390, right? Then Android 16 gets hit in like slot 1. Is then giving an extra, what is it, like 104% defense to all the androids on the rotation. So these guys having all of that defense stacking up, and then they get hit and it goes up by 190%. Like they actually do have the potential to have quite high raw defense with 39% damage reduction thrown in. And then obviously against Ki Blast super attack bosses, they can't actually take any damage from their super. So it's I think these guys would actually be pretty good. I mean, this is basically what the 16 team needed to get, right? Like, even when trying to think about what the best team build for his team is currently when he came out, it's one of the things I was talking about when we were doing like the showcases and stuff. You've got him and the banner unit 17. You've got, like, you could use STR Cell for like the revive. There's the LR Super 17 that got his EZA. There's the STR Hellfighter 17 from the World Tournament. It's actually really good. His EZA on the 16 team. So, like, I feel like the best version of 16's team now is probably 16, Banner Unit MVP 17, the STR Hellfighter 17 from the World Tournament, LR Super 17, and then these two guys is probably like the best build for 16's team now that, well, like once these EZAs are out, which is obviously technically not right now, but in, you know, just under 24 hours from now, both of these will be out. Yeah, someone in the chat saying, like, what is their obsession with these, like, specific things with characters, like, because it's 17 and 18, all the numbers having to be 17 and 18%. I don't know why they do stuff like that, but they have done it so that there are a lot of these extra abilities that add up in multiple ways, and there's at least the inclusion of, like, the 35% here, which is you only need to get 2 tech orbs or 1 rainbow orb, which is quite easy to get, because even if there's no tech orbs on the field, as long as there's like 1 rainbow orb connecting any of the chains you can pick up from the bottom, then they'll have still picked up 1 rainbow orb, so they still get this. And then that's the thing, once you start adding like a 17 or an 18 to 35%, you end up with like over 50%, which is still pretty good for things like dodge and damage reduction and stuff like that, right? So I think both of these EZAs are pretty good, and I think they'll be very good on the 16 team. I think that's one of the things that people have to realize as well. Like, not only is like these guys are getting that big buff when they get hit, but the idea is that they're designed to be run on this 16 team, who's giving an insane amount of extra defense to everybody on the team. So I think these guys are both pretty good, or at least they're both going to be very good for Android 16's team. So let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. Do you think they're good? Do you think they're bad? Overrated, underrated? I mean, like I say, most of the comments on both of the posts are people saying that they don't think they're good. So that's interesting. I'll have to do a community response video for these to go up later as well, so keep an eye out for that. But I think both of these EZAs are pretty good and will be good on the 16 team, which is the important thing, right? So either way, let me know what you guys think of these EZAs down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ninja. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one. Okay, so yeah, I mean, I think they're decent. Like, what are people, let's have a look at some more of these comments. Like, why are people so, people saying like very nice unit for 16's team, won't see play otherwise. Like, man. Alright, well, I guess as we can't use the thing here, let me get the private server loaded up and just do some stuff on there, because I'll have to sort out the capture card later, I guess. It's not picking up sound from it either, is it? No, so it's definitely, it's got to be the cable then, or the connection somehow. Truce title for the EZA. Oh god, what is it? When you say that, I can never tell if that means it's going to be like really good or really bad. The weird thing is though that the details have come out this morning, but like we still don't have a data download. So like, One of the... Oh, okay, yeah, his is one of the most broken EZAs of all time just dropped. I'll make a thumbnail for it as well now. Yeah, I was trying out after we were talking about it on the podcast last night. I was trying to do the Goten and Trunks, Gohan, Goten and Trunks fight with 16's team, and it's like brutal. Yeah, he said one of, but even then, that's. I think it's a situation where people will start changing their mind once they see them in game. Yeah, I think so. Like, again, with 16 and getting all of that crazy extra defense, like, they're going to be so tanky, I think. But, like, people don't want to see that. People just read the passive and think, oh, is that all they get? And it's like, you have to remember that they're also being run next to 16, who's giving them an insane amount of extra defense. I beat Tamagami number 1 with the all attack lowering squad. Okay. The all attack lowering squad. Oh man, yeah, like imagine STI Omega must be super good for that fight on like the actual Omega team. I imagine Omega's probably a pretty good like option for the all extreme types team. I'll make this thumbnails quickly so the video can go up. Alright, let's save that. The problem was getting the rotation sheet STR Rose and Tech Rose clone and Omega and Tech Rose clone. Oh, is this with the Rose? Okay, so using the Tech Rose clone friend. That's interesting. Oh, is his leader skill like an attack lowering thing? I'm trying to think back. I have seen people use that like kind of setup before for missions where the enemy can be attack lowered. I kind of forgot about him. Because yeah, I still haven't beaten the Tamagami 1 fight. Because I tried it on the Friday, like when it came out, and I lost all my attempts. Then I was out Saturday, so I'd like pre-recorded videos for Saturday, but like basically didn't actually play the game on Saturday. And then I was doing stuff and then the podcast yesterday. So Tamagami 1 basically did double digits the entire fight. Damn. Alright, there we go. So there's the video should go up like straight away. Obviously do me a favor, help out the channel, go check out the video. Even if you were here when we recorded it, go check it out, give it a like, hype it if you have the option to do so. Leave a comment, let me know you came over from the stream, any of that good stuff that helps out the video. But yeah, I think they're good, the EZAs. They kind of do exactly what they're kind of what we expected them to do. Like, right, I need 17. I do this and then hope that 17 dodges is basically like what we have to do here. Oh, Christopher, how's it going? Runners in Discord. Oh, it's the whole clones team and STR Omega with the tech clone friend. That's crazy. I'll have to try doing that for like the video, just because it would be a funny like strategy one for people to do, like people to be able to copy if they can. Nice. That's all we needed, was for him to dodge that. Just pulled the new unit with the free tickets, damn. Got Zeno. That's some good luck. I've still never happened for me. Ding, ding, ding. I think this guy revived. I'm pretty sure I like purposely got Cell killed on like the first turn. Yeah, Little Blue was saying that like the next couple of chapters for Dispatch are basically all about an hour. So with the couple of evening streams that we have this week, that will probably be all of Dispatch like finished. I downloaded XCOM 2, which I really want to play on stream, but make it into like a fun thing where you like have soldiers named after people from the chat and stuff, but I don't know if it's yeah, so we've had no data download, so they're not like available yet. Yeah, I don't feel like this team is in a great spot for beating this stage. And getting that rotation is not ideal either. Elden Ring DLC is $15. Yeah, like that's. I don't know if I'll even get it straight away. Like I enjoyed Night Rain when it came out, and I wanted to like make a real good go of it and like make a bunch of content and stuff. But like, yeah, I didn't have people to consistently play it with. Playing it with randoms is annoying, and like. Just pulled 16 on the last summon points. Goten and Trunks flying in, double screen correct. Nice. I went top of the Dispatch stream, top 100 in Australia. Hey, nice. A shout out to everyone who does do that, like the stream, and use the new hype feature for like the videos and stuff like that. I keep forgetting about it, but it's like because it's like over a month late at this point. I need to post the like Luto playthrough that I did for Halloween. Do I need to just let Cell die here? Because I don't know if... Yeah, I think you probably just let Cell die here. I only pulled 2023 units of my Dokkan Day tickets. First set gave me the TOP droids and Kale. Second set gave me TEQ Super Trunks. I mean, the fact that off of 14 free tickets, you pulled 3 featured units, like, obviously they're not good units that you necessarily wanted, but like, I got 14 SRs. Well, that was off the original free tickets, and then yeah, the Dokkan Day tickets, I used them during the stream last night, the podcast, and I got, I did get the TEQ, I did get a copy of the TEQ androids, but... Okay. So he's starting off with 1 million defense. I pulled physical Tau and the int droids for my Dokkan day tickets. When I Tau more than 16. Hey, that's pretty good then. That's a pretty good result. That these still takes like 350k from that. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, there's a ticket for a weekly mission to open a chest for stones, but it's like you have to, you take a gamble of like, it's like 15% chance to get 30 or like 85% chance to get, is it like 5? Which is kind of crazy. At least Tech Cell Super will heal us here. Oh no, I misclicked. Yeah, it's like, I know it's all personal preference, but like, yeah, that would be like probably the most unhype anniversary that the game has had so far for me. If it was part 1 Kid Goku versus Demon King Piccolo and then part 2 Namek, like 870, bruh. What other options do we even have? I mean, for this event, in this fight in particular, even when the EZAs happen, neither Goten or no Gohan or Goten and Trunks, neither of them have a Ki Blast super attack. Just make Anniversary quad Raditz, true. True, that is a good point. SDR cell locked in the middle. Oh, that's super loud. Best possible leaders for androids. AGL 21, AGL Gamma 2, AGL First Form Cell. Yeah, First Form Cell's kind of like the main androids lead that you'll get kind of stuck with if you don't have 16. It's not impossible, but I guess for tougher events it could be quite hard. We did the Seriously Serious event mission using that kind of team build, but obviously that event, whilst it does have a certain level of difficulty, wasn't like particularly hard. Okay, this is not an ideal rotation. Also, I guess the problem with this team for 16 as well, because it doesn't have a lot of like big LRs or anything, like the HP for the team is not great. Only just over 700k. Like that's not really great. Like well, because there you go, like some of the other big like 220 lead teams that are having like 900k HP, if you get supered for 710k, then you don't die. Won the debate last night, but that was, I can't believe that came up during the podcast. Well, that's awkward. I guess we can do that. 17 does get his like guaranteed dodge in for one turn only in slot 1, but Let's see if... Nice. Yeah, I think TEQ should live the super from Zamasu. It was I who brought up the great debate, of course. Okay, 300k. I mean, that's not great, but... I mean, this is there a possibility that Cell... Oh, is Cell locked in slot 1? I mean, I'll use his active skill now, just in case we can't use it later, but... Because Cell is absolutely getting killed in slot 1 here. Yeah, I'm attempting to do it with no items, because obviously normally, like, the easiest thing to do is just, like... Yeah, just use a Sensu Bean or something, like... 4.5 million, Jesus. That's pretty crazy. How's this for height? Part 1, Dragon Ball Evolution Goku. And LR who? Versus Super Saiyan 4 G Super Saiyan 4 Part 2. What? Oh, can we get a crazy clutch like Hellfire 17 just dodges everything in slot 3 turn? Like, I feel like it's possible. Kaba versus Gogeta LR will feed generations. I feel like they've never in any way made reference to those like kind of memes before. It would be so weird to see them actually do that, like, in the game. Because it's not like specifically a Dokkan meme. Even like the Dokkan memes, like Kid Buu and stuff like that, like the fact that they're still are just not happening is crazy to me. But yeah, I mean, this Hellfire 17 has, what is it, it's like an 84% chance to dodge or something. So, and then you just build him full dodge. Oh, good. $16 locked in slot 3. It's funny though, because like, unsurprisingly, which no game has ever like even touched on Dragon Ball Evolution outside of it got its own game, but like I think it is just very much that, like, part of the franchise, or like part of the community, whatever you want to call it, that like everyone would just rather forget exists. Like a Dragon Ball Evolution LR before Kid Buu. Then you really know it would be all over for Kid Buu fans. Absolute shambles. Oh man, I can't even use his active skill in slot 2 because like, I think he's locked in slot 3. Or you can't use it in slot 3. Damn. I really needed that to kill. I mean, I guess this will. I feel like we're probably on too low HP to survive here now, potentially. Stops Zamasu from healing, though, so now 16 kills him. So, I mean, that's good. So can Super 17 survive here? Okay. So far, so good. Okay, so we survived the turn, which honestly at the start of the turn I wasn't really sure if we could. The problem is now that we start damaging Cell, like... Is Super 17 on Fused Fighters? Because, yeah, he is. Can't wait for Trunks ECA. His base will have no damage reduction or dodge. He'll be given more additional normal attacks. And then you go Super Saiyan, he's even weaker. The EZAs are out, like the tech androids at 19 in Jiro. We don't have the data download yet, so we don't know the exact time, but it's like... It's usually either 5 AM or 8 AM UK time. So for Eastern US, that means either like midnight or like 3 AM, I think. So like anywhere between midnight and 3 AM. But it's, yeah, it's under 24 hours at this point. Yeah, 17 and 18 look good. The number of people that are already like underrating them is funny. Tech Cell's going to die to this. To build up Rose. Yeah. Man, 16's team just like... I mean, those two EZAs, to say that they are like desperately needed is like a huge understatement. Yeah, it's trying. That's what I think crashed it last time. Is trying the Tamagami 1 fight, so that just doesn't work apparently. Sixteen's team is mid. I mean, it kind of is. I pulled 16 off the free tickets with Weiss and Burst flying in. My first new units off the free tickets. That is annoying because it's like finally getting that luck of getting the new unit off the free tickets. But then it being Android 16, who you really have to have like a crazy... like you have to have him and ideally like the banner unit 17 as well. Damn. Like, Truth is saying that the tech androids EZA is basically making them like a GDC LR level unit, which is kind of crazy. Like, I think they're good and potentially being like underrated, but like that is maybe a little bit over the top. So yeah, I can't do the Tamagami 1 event apparently. Okay, I can't do the red zone. Can't do the Diamond red zone, apparently. I want to see what physical 16 and 18 do. Well, so the weird thing is, apparently, according to Proton's thing about the database, there was only 2 slots for TUR EZAs. And now we know what they are. So, like, there isn't any space for 16 and 18 to get an EZA, which is weird. Because they also had the thing in the data download where it showed the addition to their super attack effect thing. So I'm really not sure, like, what that's all about. I still want to see if we can beat this event, but like, I feel like if you can get as far as getting to the like stage where 16 can use his active skill, then it might be fine. But like, yeah, the same thing happened in LR Piccolo and Goku, because their thing was in the files ages ago, and they've still not EZA'd. So. I wonder if we should, like, I wonder if it is a tactic for this team to try and take out Gohan first. Because a lot of units on the team do rely on dodge, but... The problem with the Android team is the same it had when it first came out, is damage. The team has always been more defensive. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the problem is, like, especially with so many bosses that, like, build up, you can't have a team that, like, the only thing that they're good at is defense, because then the bosses just end up building up way too much attack power, and then you can't, like, regardless of how good they are defensively in some situations, they won't be good enough defensively for the, like, bosses once they're built up. Here's the banning unit for AGL Trunks, the Heart Virus Goku, physical Heart Virus Goku. So if he gets an EZA at the same time as the physical Trunks, that could be really, really good for, like, a lot of teams. Gotta love the new stage that cancels dodge, yeah. And doesn't do a Ki Blast Super, so even the 2 new EZAs aren't going to be like particularly helpful. Use the Super Saiyan 4s. Yes, you might die turn 1 or turn 2, you know, if you still all your power by turn 4 or 5 with the androids. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's the problem, is you can survive the first like few turns easily enough, but then yeah, as the bosses then just build up so much power, like the units just aren't good enough defensively for that. Okay, that's good. 531k, jeez. Yeah, we need to get that, like, you want the unit super on turn 1, so that then on turn 2, the 16 that's in slot 1 and has to take, like, both the supers has extra defense from the turn 1 16 getting the unit super attack. Built them full crit. Yeah, because realistically, looking at the way their kit is now, like, they're just like full dodge and then additional, I guess. At least I get a heal here from Cell, but I don't think it's going to be enough. We're already on turn 3, and they're not even like half dead yet. Too much negativity in the air lately. I think I'm allergic, yeah. Not know so much about them being slow. I guess just imagine a 4-turn fight that lasts maybe 5 or 6 minutes and you lose. But yeah, exactly. Teams that take ages, though that was always the problem with the heroes, like setups as well, is that you'd have to be fighting for your life every single turn, but because they weren't doing a lot of damage compared to the other meta teams, like events would take so much longer. So then if you get like, you know, 3/4 of the way through and die, you've taken up so much time already to get to that point. Right. That's why some of the like 10th anniversary content was really frustrating. Like the Universe Survival Saga Red Zone, like the stages, the Goku story and Vegeta story, I should say, Universe Survival Saga stages where you end up fighting Jiren, like those could take like 40 minutes. So if you get to Jiren and then get just like locked and slot 1 supered and killed after you've been playing the event for like 35 minutes, it's like super annoying. What Andros needs is a Carnival Super 13 that drops 130 million crit turn one. I mean, that, yeah, that would be good. Yeah, Raudo, how's it going? I think 16 probably does this now. Yeah, 712k. Yeah, I don't think his team is cut out for this event. Just need to have Golden Freddy on the team. That'll be... I don't think a Broly on a 170 lead would be good, but because the problem is like the dodge disabling from Gohan. I mean, this is a good, like, first rotation. The tech androids and the 19-inch row EZAs drop in, like, less than 24 hours. Oh, I didn't change target, so everyone's attacking Gohan, damn it. And yet we still don't have any heroes EZAs, yep. But yeah, they've cruelly done us dirty and not had any sort of like Heroes EZA news or information or anything. Yeah, see, this is what I'm saying. The turn 2 16, if turn 1 was 16 getting his unit super and the MVP 17 supering, that gives so much extra support to the next rotation. That, yeah, like, the AGL 16 on this rotation on turn 2 tanked all of, like, both the supers in slot 1 for double-digit damage. Yeah, I've been looking forward to the Heroes EZAs now for months, and it's still, like, nowhere to be seen. Until next time, Blaze the Dragon. I'm probably dead here. It's crazy just how good the free-to-play LR Garlic Jr. is, though. Okay, that's a bit better than I expected. Because, yeah, the interesting thing is, even though Broly seems like a weird fit on this team, like, 16 is supporting uncontrollable power as well. So, he does give him a lot of defense. But yeah, Garlic Jr. is really good. Like, I got all the copies to Rainbow him. Oh, great. Yeah, they kill Broly with the AoE, though. Great. I don't know if the problem with that is, like, Broly being on turn 3, so he had no chance to, like, get any build-up or anything. Although this is just like an instant death turn because we can't dodge. Is he really good though? One of those units that will age out. I mean, he might age out a bit, but like, it depends, I guess. But he is really good, like currently. I'm still yet to beat this event. I mean, yeah, this event is tough. I don't know if Super 17 can actually survive the... Yeah, that is true as well. Garlic Jr.'s best link partner is Goma, who's like the best unit in the game. So the two of them together work pretty well. Although the only problem is, like, obviously 200% teams are still fine, but like Garlic Jr. doesn't really have any 220 teams outside of the TEQ Golden Freezer. Yeah, the youth team's not good for this event anyway because they rely on dodge so much and you can't dodge Gohan. Yeah, like this event can be like incredibly tough. Yeah, Gogeta, like the GT Heroes team, is good for this event. Although it depends on the super attack placement as well, though, because like turn 2 they both super in slot 1, or they both super as their first attack. But for like on this rotation, Goten and Trunks aren't actually even attacking in the first slot, but they will. So that means they're going to super whoever's in the middle. Texel, but he should be okay. And obviously he's going to give us a heal. I would run GT Heroes by missing LR, AGL, Golden Ape, Goku. Like, yeah, because he's really useful for it as well, because the Giant Ape transformation gets rid of Gohan super, but then it doesn't get rid of the Goten and Trunks super because theirs is scripted, so you actually can't like get rid of it with the Giant Ape thing, which is annoying. Is Super Saiyan 4 Daima Goku just an upgraded version of LRUI? I mean, UI still has like the higher dodge chance though, doesn't he? Like, I think we just get cooked here because, like, again, Broly's gonna die to the AOE because I can't. If I do this, he dies to the super from them. If I do this, he dies to the AoE from them. I can't do this because no one can dodge Gohan in slot 1. No, one dupe 16 is up. As usual, the unit I care 0% about and pulled 2 copies off the tickets. Jeez. Showcasing the androids will be a pain without 16. True. $1.2 million. Okay. The only thing you can do though is, like, it's always good to do videos that help out people from their perspective of, like, other people that don't have 16. So, like, the way I would do it is, like, just do a showcase for them either with their leader skill. Actually, yeah, because their leader skill goes up to 180. So I would say you just use them as the leader, use a 16 friend, and then just, like, you call the video, like, are the tech androids, is the tech androids EZA good if you don't have Android 16? Like, just straight up do it like that or something. Tech Android's almost rainbow, I think. Great, they're both going to super in slot 1, aren't they? There's just so many situations with the team where you just like, it's just death. Not even an upgraded version. I don't know how I feel about the unit. Adama Goku is really cool and he's like really fun, but it's not without his flaws. Like I don't like having to use the active skill on turn 4, otherwise it does way less damage if you use it later. 616k. Like TEQ LR Super 17 has type advantage over them, and they still do that much damage to him. I mean, isn't this just this is just like the exact same rotation again? How do you guys prefer your eggs? I'm not sure if I have a preferred one. I bounce between like different ones. I think would be my favourite. I do like scrambled and sunny side up and like poached is like, I think, is it poached? This is what you have for like eggs Benedict, which is a top tier breakfast. But what even is this rotation? Cell Max work with them now. Now Cell Max is a bit too outdated at this point. Like he's not, I guess, like, I wouldn't necessarily say he's like terrible now, but like he's just not usable, I don't think. Well, we made it to the turn 2 at least. Yeah, he needs to get hit to get built up, which obviously means as soon as he starts to, like, as soon as there's even the tiniest bit of power creep, it makes it really difficult to use him, because having to get hit early on without being built up already is just like instant death. I mean, I guess the thing on this team is he would be getting a ton of extra defense from like 16, but not enough. I mean, 16 getting to super first is good. Damn, other 16 taking like 40k though is kind of crazy. A Smarties Easter egg, and the surprise inside will be smoked ham. $1.6 million, yeah. I just don't think there's anything like this team can do against this event. I want to see what Cellmax actually does get up to in terms of like defense. Not on this kind of rotation though, this is terrible. Would you rather eat eggs every day for a year or eat the hottest peppers for every meal for 2 weeks every year? I mean, I'm not particularly good with like really spicy food, so. But I mean, because the thing is, Dark FV, even if he's saying you like spicy food, he's literally saying the hottest peppers. So like the spiciest peppers of all time. I mean, I like eggs, so I'd have no problem eating eggs every day. I mean, the thing is though, like with an Easter egg, you like crack it open, like and eat it in like pieces. So like if you crack it open and there's like ham inside, you just take the ham out and don't eat it. Or like don't eat it with the chocolate. Oh, for God's sake, I'm attacking Gohan again. I hate that one of these two like hardest events in the game, whereas like Rose and Zamasu and then this, you have to remember when you load into the fight to switch targets from the first enemy to the second enemy. And when you've been trying like multiple attempts back to back and getting frustrated, like it's very easy to forget to do that. And then if you forget to do it like for the whole, especially for the whole turn and everybody's attacking the wrong person, then it's like you might as well quit out and start again. Bacon, egg and cheese sounds good right now with this egg talk. Eggs every day or fish and chips every day? I mean, fish and chips every day probably is more enjoyable to a certain extent, but it's also way, way worse for you. Also, I guess if you had eggs every day, you could at least have them in like different ways, which would keep it more interesting. See if I mean, we might not even survive slot 1, to be honest. it's not bad. Oof. This is why you want 16 to be like full dodge, and the private server, like, they don't have proper builds. Look how the events are like danger. Great, Cellmax in slot 7. And 16 is locked in slot 3, so... Bruh. Okay, Cell being locked there is fine. $16 only taking the one super in slot 1 as well means Cell basically heals us back up to full. In trouble, you choose one weapon to fight with: lightsaber, one from Harry Potter, 6 legendary Pokemon, or 2 Katara earrings to fuse with any fire in history. I mean, thing is though, like, if it's just you can choose a weapon, surely if you just take a wand, you can't do magic with it just because you have it, right? Damn, really? 1.5? Okay. Yeah, because, like, I don't actually know, because I don't think, does it ever happen? But, like, because, you know, I'm not super, like, knowledgeable on Harry Potter. I only watched all the movies, like, well, it was a while ago now, but for the first time. But, like, surely if some random, like, normal human person just picks up a wizard's wand, they can't just do spells, like... Or is that the case? I don't actually know. Right. Maybe it is, and I just don't know. But yeah, like... lightsaber would be funny, but, like, at the same time, super, super dangerous. Like... Also, there's the funny, like, Rick and Morty, like, meme thing. It's like, imagine if you drop it, like... pointing downwards, it would just like go down through everything into the core of the earth and like blow up the planet potentially. But useless as well. Not like they'll obey a normal human. Well, I wouldn't. Aren't like Pokemon trainers are just normal humans, aren't they? You're a fan of D&D? I mean, in general, I would say yes. I don't do it, but like, I think it's cool. Like I have done it in the past, but if 16's locked in the middle, it's probably insta GG here. It's actually kind of crazy though when you think about like there can't be like too much of a level of power creep with the anniversary, because you think about the fact this is like the hardest fight from the GDC, and we're getting characters coming out now, like the December, like end of November, beginning of December Dokkan Fest, and like his team isn't good enough to beat the hardest event like from the GDC, which is like months ago now. So imagine if like the anniversary power creep, like the hardest event from the anniversary, is even harder than this. Like all of these units that have come out between the GDC and now are just like going to be useless. Right, well, anyway, it's that time, so that's going to be the end of the stream. I'm not sure when the data download. I'm guessing the data download is just going to be really early tomorrow, like before, and then the Android ECAs like will come out like not long afterwards. Because again, like UK time, the data downloads are normally just before like my stream starts, and then the EZAs come out like when the stream starts. So the data download is going to have to be like right before, or just at some random point later today, which is weird. But yeah, that's going to be it for the stream. I appreciate you guys coming out. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the second channel, Ningen Plays, where I do all my non-Dokkan stuff. That is pinned in the chat. We'll be carrying on with our dispatch playthrough later on. So yeah, that is going to be it from me. I appreciate you guys coming out. Make sure you check out the EZA details video. Even if you were here when we recorded it, obviously it helps out the channel. Yeah, it's 3 AM EST, so it is 8 AM for me. So normally that's like when the stream will start tomorrow, is when the EZA comes out, like the same time the stream was today. Same time their EZA details came out. That's when they come out tomorrow. So the data download has to be some time before then. But anyway, like I say, that's it from me. Like, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff. I'll see you all again soon. Have a good one.